Hey, board gamers! PJ from Board Game Gumbo. Not PJ Morgan. BJ from Board Game Gumbo here.
His cousin PJ.
In the Gumbo Pot, we are talking board games, board games, board games. I'm not alone, though. I'm joined by my co-host.
DJ Bell.
And
And
off in the
Dave.
corner, telling jokes,
Yep.
Dave. We're going to get to him in a
Lighten up
second.
the mood.
You pipe down. We'll get to you in just a second. Board Game Gumbo is a proud member for a little while longer of Punchboard Media. Sad to hear. Cheers again to our friends at Punchboard Media. And we are celebrating every week the upcoming Southern Board Game Fest. Right, Jay? Look what I got on the wall now. So, Jay, what have you been playing lately?
A lot of stuff. Shards of Infinity as usual. I'm gonna take the app off my phone. So, like, I'm almost at 1,000 plays, and I really just need to stop. But I've also been playing.
That's a lot of plays.
Yeah, it's a whole lot. It's so easy though, man. The app just makes it really easy. But I've also
Is that the
been
one I
playing-
played with you?
Yeah.
With the relics?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But there was one. Yeah, I did. There was one expansion I think that you threw in, right? That's it. You kept it kind of babyfied for me, which I appreciate.
Now there's three. There's three.
Somebody told me they're ending the game.
I didn't know about
No,
that.
or
I
am
mean,
I wrong?
That could be so. I mean,
Okay.
it's pretty complete now with everything that they've added to it.
Like one last expansion. We'll see. Shards of Infinity. But what else have you been playing?
A whole lot of Board Game Arena. You can find me on there at J Bell. That's the only because I'm not PJ Bell. Anyway,
How do you not have that consistent?
I need to fix
You're
it.
like the marketing
That
guru.
was the first one that I did. So yeah. Anyway, I've been playing Isle of Cats. That's a game that I played when I lived in New Jersey, and I didn't like it a whole lot. But I think it was more because of the people that I played with. You know how sometimes the people make the
I've also
experience.
noticed that as well. Like, you know,
Yeah.
depending on who you play with, it's a different experience.
Is it a tile laying game? How could it be different with different
It
people?
was just so like you're drafting, and then you're also buying tiles from two different markets. It was my first time playing, but I think the players that I was playing with, they weren't fun gamers. They just weren't fun gamers. So I got to play it again here with some friends out in Louisiana, and I had a great time. We were like laughing and joking and making cat jokes and all the stuff, and then it went to BGA, and now I played a whole lot, and it's becoming one of my favorite games. I think I'm about to pick it up. Like,
And you are going to be teaching it?
yeah, I'm gonna be actually teaching it at Southern Board Game Festival at Sunday.
Do you know if there's any slots left?
There's one slot left when I check this afternoon at about 4 p.m. So if you want to play Isle of Cats with me at Southern Board Game Fest, sign up.
If you want to play with a celebrity,
Sorry.
Melissa's not going to be there, but
Louise-
Jay is going to be there. So
J Bell.
Did you see the star on there?
the Jay Bell. Oh, there it is. Hamilton. Nice. Dave, what about you? What have you been playing lately?
Me and my wife have been playing Hanamakoji a lot. I just picked it up at Anubis 2 weeks ago. We've been playing. Yeah, I'm really digging it. Solid two-player.
Hanamakoji.
cities.
Have you played Hanamakoji, Jay?
I have not heard good things.
So Dave is exactly right. It is one of the most diabolical two-player games I've ever played. It has 4 or 5 mechanics smashed into one. One of them, though, is the diabolical I split, you choose mechanic, where you have to, is it 3 cards you split up?
So
Or 2
there's
cards?
2 different I split you choose, right? There's 4 actions you have to take throughout, you take turns taking actions up to 4 of them. One of them is you discard 2 cards. One of them is you keep one secret hidden
Okay.
and then reveal it at the end of the round or whatever. Then the first split is you choose 2 pairs of 2 cards and you put them out, and your opponent gets to choose which cards they want first, and you get the leftovers. The second split you choose is you choose 3 cards, your opponent gets 1, and you keep 2.
Okay.
So you're really trying to,
And it's also a mixture of area control as well.
and that's the main mechanic of the
Right.
game. You're doing all these things to have favor with the geishas, geishas,
geishas.
right? Yeah.
There's a row of cards 2 through 5. There's like, I don't know, 10 of them. It's like 4 2s, 2 3s, a 4 and a 5. So each one of those cards that's the amount of cards that are in the deck. So there's 2 2s of one color, 2 2s of another color, 3 3s of one, 4 4s of the 4, and 5 5s. So you play through like the whole deck.
Yeah.
That's a turn. And then at the end of the turn, whoever has the most cards at each number basically gains those points.
Okay.
And
Okay.
you win by getting 11 points or 4 geishas. If there's a tie, then like after all the cards are placed, you go to whoever has the majority in each card, and you assign the winner, and then you go through the first. The first winner is 11 points, so you count up the value on each of the cards. If you have 11, you win. The second winner is the one who controls 4 cards. So you either control a value of 11, or you control 4 geishas.
Yeah.
Super sick,
That sounds
really mean game.
giving me kind of spotlighty vibes. Very
When I played Spotlight,
Uh-huh.
that is one of the things that I was looking at. It's not the same game, of course, not the same game. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that after playing Spotlight, you hadn't run across Hanamakoji at some point afterwards,
Yeah.
like in doing your research or marketing the games. No one's ever kind of mentioned that one as a potential. Yeah. But again, a lot of 2-player games have that. Lost Cities is like that too, where you're
It's very
also
Lost Cities.
yeah. Where okay, well if you see how all those games kind of have that. I'm going to affect what's going on in the middle.
It's because it's so good. Like
Yeah.
it's you versus your opponent, and you have these areas, and you just got to be like, okay, which ones am I
And,
going to leave for them and not worry about, and which ones am I going to focus on, kind of thing.
Brainstorm.
You have to.
The next time we come, we got to talk about top 2-player games
Oh,
Yeah.
and start talking about it because I have a whole shelf just for those, and there's one in particular that to me takes all these mechanics we're talking about as a top. But I'm going to save it for them. We'll talk about that.
So just one more thing about like the crunchiness of Hanamakoji.
And you're
Like,
playing the new
depending-
edition or
yeah.
the older edition?
Yeah, it's a newer one, but I mean it's the same.
It's basically the same game. That's what I was going to ask you.
The really crunchy part is decision is like, do you do one of the most the stronger mechanics or the stronger actions is to give 2 cards to your opponent and you keep 2 cards to play that. Do that early and then you limit your own hand by because you draw a card that like would equal 6 or something like
Something
that,
like
and
that.
you're giving up 4. So throughout the rest of the round, you're down to like a hand of 3.
You got 2
It's
strong
rough,
cards,
man.
but your hand is limited. Yeah.
I see.
Great
It's-
game, Hanamakoji. I drove to New Orleans to meet up with a buddy of mine from the Dukes of Dice, Matthew Ward. He kicked my butt all night. I never could beat him, but it's one of those games where you lose and then you go, let's set it up again, and we'll do it. You know, who's another big fan is Sagan. Sagan loves that game. So
It's a great game.
Hanamakoji. We do have a copy in the Sobo library if anybody wants to play at Sobo. Yes.
Yeah.
Take on Dave.
Yeah.
Melissa's good at it.
Huh? Yeah,
Melissa's
she's
good
pretty
at
good.
it. Yeah.
She's really good at Lost Cities, though. That's
Yeah.
like her one that she kills me in.
My wife the same way. She beat me all. Once she figured out Lost Cities, she pretty much beat me pretty regularly.
I
Yeah.
haven't gotten Kristen yet. I
Yeah.
haven't gotten her yet for Lost Cities.
I
We've
think-
tried it a few times.
Oh, she didn't like it. No.
The scoring is what she didn't. 'Cause
Yeah,
we
it's hard to.
we did the scoring
handshakes.
correctly the first time.
Yeah.
And so when we figured out how it goes correctly, she was like, "No, I like it the other way." And so she was like, "Ah, okay.
Join the club,
Let's play
everybody.
space."
Everybody messes up Lost Cities the first time.
Every time I teach that game, it's hard for people to get their mind around. Like, okay, you start off with a handshake. This is going to be multiply your score, whether it's negative or positive.
Yeah.
Right.
It's multiplying your score.
But right now,
So-
it's 0 because a
Right.
handshake is worth nothing. It's very confusing. And the sad part is Lost City is usually one of the first 2-player games people buy. So you get new gamers like me, 15 years ago, getting this game, trying to read these rules that look nothing like, Sorry or Monopoly, and we mess them up every time. Nowadays, there's no excuse because the YouTube is out there, so we should know how to play it. But we should not have
One
played
of the
it.
first games,
Something else?
huh?
Weren't you playing something else?
Oh, yep. I was also playing
Oh, yeah.
Radlands too.
Tell us about Radlands.
Radlands is great. It's like a.
I know nothing about this other than what you guys have posted on
So what's
Louisiana
really
Board
cool
Games.
about Radlands is it feels like a collectible card game,
Oh,
but it's not. It's only one deck that you share between you and your opponent,
okay.
and pixel tactics. You line
Yeah,
up cards
sure.
in a column, and you can attack. You're trying to attack basically the other people's camps. They have 3 camps out, which are basically, and you can put people in front of that camp to protect your camp from getting knocked out. Well, the camps also give you certain benefits, like there's collecting resources. There's all kinds of stuff. It's a really it's rad. It's totally rad.
But
It feels like Magic the Gathering, or
how long is the playtime?
30, 40 minutes.
Oh,
something like
okay.
that.
The art looks great.
It's
Yeah.
great, man. It's
I knew nothing about this game until he and Dustin started posting about it on Facebook. I don't know anything about this game.
basically you have like 3 water resources. That's the resources you use to play out cards.
It doesn't even look
And each
expensive
card has
either.
their own abilities. And
It seems like it's pretty reasonable, right?
oh yeah, the base game is 17 by itself without the mag.
Don't say anything else. I might have to go get it.
Stop playing
I already
shards
like-
and play Redlands.
I already like
It's
the art.
really like once it clicks, you're like, okay, I get it now. I put these people out like so. You choose a column, or you choose a column to attack. You can only attack the first card that's in that column,
Okay.
just like pixel attack.
Yeah.
So you can protect your stronger characters by putting your weaker ones in front, and they have to attack that before they can get to like.
Okay.
They have snipers in there that allow you to bypass. They can shoot anything. Basically.
Yeah.
2-player game?
Yeah.
Okay. And Melissa's playing it with you?
Might have to.
No, I played it on TTS.
Playing online.
Do a 2-player stream in March or April.
That would be good.
I really wanna get it. I think it's still available on their website on Roxley.
It's a Roxy game.
Yep.
We're
Same
gonna-
with the dice throwing and all that.
Big supporters of Southern Board Game Fest. We're going to have a lot of Roxy games out there. In fact, we'll be demoing guerrilla marketing on stream with iHeart Board Games. So
Matter of fact, the guy that designed Radlands also worked designed some Magic the Gathering sets and whatnot. So
Oh, okay.
I don't remember his name. He's like from Australia.
Because the Shards of Infinity guy is a former Magic player, Justin Gary,
Yep, Justin.
pro tour player.
really?
A lot of these Magic players,
Dude, yeah.
Him and Rob.
I've been playing Cora Quest, which I got. I did back it. Dan and I go back way back to Dice Tower 2017,
Oh wow.
and I watched Dan and his daughter Cora. If you ever seen their videos on Facebook, she's super cute.
So good at marketing and just building community.
What a community build here. This was Dan and his daughter deciding to do something for the pandemic, throw it on Facebook, start a group, and then all of a sudden, kids from around the world are helping them design this game. So is it a good game? And that's the question. If you have kids, it's a fantastic game. And I got a shout out to Jeremy Dobler, the Dob. Dobler did this awesome. I sent him a note saying, "Hey, I'm having trouble with the organization of my game, and you've been doing some 3D printing." He said, "I'm on it."
Yeah.
And take a look at this thing. I mean, this is the way, Dan, if you're watching this video, this is the way to set this thing up. All the monsters are in one box. All the items are in another box. Basically, what Cora Quest is, it's a very simple dungeon crawl with story based. So sort of like the Goonies that we did. We're going to have characters without being on all versus one. The characters you're going to pick one of these characters, and they're all cute.
Yeah.
Pick these characters. They don't even have names on them to give kids the chance to name them themselves. And all the monsters look like nightmares out of a kid's imagination.
Yeah.
Each of the quests are relatively simple and only take about 30 or 40 minutes to play. The artwork is fun, drawn by mostly kids from all over the world, although they had a professional artist kind of bump it up a little bit. I was wondering whether my little grandbugs could get it. No problem. Evelyn loved it. I mean, absolutely loved it. And did we cheat a little bit? Yes, because she's pretty young. So I had to kind of streamline the rules a little bit. But she understood, I want to go after treasure chests. I want to take out the goblins. She loved rolling the dice. She loved rolling the dice for me and getting me hit. I don't understand that part. Like, we're cooperating here. Nope, pop. I got to roll that again. She knew what splats are versus missing. So it is a game that anybody can teach their kids and have a great time. So far, we played 2 of the adventures. There's about 9 or 10 in the book. And Dan's already writing some more, and the community is writing more.
Yeah.
So I used to play a game called Baldur's Gate. Dave, did you ever play that one? Yeah. Baldur's Gate was cool, if I'm thinking of the right one. No, Neverwinter Nights.
Okay.
Sorry. Neverwinter Nights was an RPG online, but the coolest thing was that TSR opened, or whoever published it, opened up the system. So anybody could write adventures for it. So it was your regular dungeon crawl like Gloomhaven, but with all this community-based mods.
Yeah.
So once we started playing the game, we're like, well, this one is nice, but you know, just download all these other scenarios. And then that's when we got hooked. Same thing with Cora Quest. Dan is writing, and he's also getting the community to write for it too. So I gotta say, thumbs up
You know,
for. Well, I'm not rating the game at all for reasons I'm not gonna say. I just enjoy Cora Quest.
But
So
they like I've been watching them on their Facebook journey, man. They're crushing it.
that's the way to do that.
I tell you, dude, it's a great feeling whenever you see your kids finally like
Get it?
onto a game. Dude.
Yeah.
It's so amazing, man.
Yeah.
It's just like I was playing with London, Ticket to Ride in Bad Company, and like she's like, oh, I could, you know, we taught her a little bit. She played a couple rounds, and
She picked it up?
Picked it up, got it, ran off with
I
it.
wonder if Evelyn and Gabby could pick up Bad Company because that would be fun to play with them. So we'll have to check that out. Oh, shout out to Jeremy about the thing. He'll be at Southern Board Game Fest with his business card. So if you're looking for some 3D printing for your games, he has access to all the files and he can do that. And another shout out, your buddy Adam
Adam.
from Spotlight.
Oh, Adam Stichter, yeah, Adam Stichter.
So Jay designed Spotlight, and for this month, they're running a special for you guys.
Yeah. So my co-designer Adam Stichter is super awesome, super supportive of me and every part of the board game community. And they're running a Spotlight special for this month. It's $2 off, and all of the proceeds are gonna go straight to me as a Black board game designer. So thank you, Adam, for that.
Awesome.
If you don't already have the game, check it out. It's available on Drive-Thru Cards and the Game Crafter. Hidden area control, 2 players. Also has a solo mode that's pretty tough.
If people really want to find out what's the easiest way, just Google Game Crafter Spotlight J-Bell.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
is there an
Follow
easier
me
way?
on Twitter. I have links on
You have a
the
link on
page.
Twitter? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I just thought that was cool, Adam, to do that for
Yeah,
for
yeah.
Black History Month. This is great, man.
Absolutely.
So that is awesome that he's actually given up all the profits to you for 1 month.
Yeah.
You should tell him to do that permanently.
I don't know if you'll want to do that.
It was nice of him. All right, so are we ready to play a game?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So Arthur from Uplink Underground got in touch with us. Unfortunately, COVID hit, and we couldn't do this because we weren't having any game store nights. But I've been holding it because, Jay, I don't know if you know what's coming up.
Well, tomorrow's Wednesday. That's coming up.
All right, Jay, come on, man. Mardi Gras in a couple of weeks. So we've got Mardi Gras in Louisiana. We're nuts for Mardi Gras. I tried to bring you a king cake today, by the way. On my way back from Ellick,
No, what
I
happened?
stopped at Crystal at
Crystal Wedding Cakes?
Crystal Wedding Cakes, which is at
Oh, they have they sell them at all kinds of locations.
the only place I know is that grocery store that's over there by Red's, the one that in the weird angle. Southern.
You didn't get to see BJ's
Oh.
hand motion. It was like Chris Brown meets Usher.
I'm doing like this. Why do I always forget? Little Verons. So I went to Little Verons, totally sold out again. Jay, it is. If you're not there by 10 o'clock, it's completely sold out.
Those Crystal Wedding Cakes, man. Yeah. It's
You-
the real
you
deal.
got-
I'm not joking. It's
We
probably
didn't even talk about this, Dave.
it's the best king cake. I even told BJ that on Twitter.
We'll
When
see,
he picked
man.
it up.
I mean, so
Because like the thing is like that cake, like if you go to I guess I could say Meshes or whatever,
Yeah.
it's like
Board Game
it's
Gumbo,
like-
proud sponsored by
It's
Meshes
filled, but it's
Donuts.
filled all over the place,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
It's
for
it's
sure.
messy, right?
sure.
I mean that's the part of the appeal.
yeah.
But like the Crystal Wedding Cakes, dude, it's thin and stuffed evenly throughout the cake.
Okay.
Perfect
It's like
icing.
good.
What's the icing like? What's the icing on top?
Yeah,
of it?
dude, it's like good.
Perfect.
Like
icing.
yeah.
It's not dumped all over the place.
Right.
It's not mushy. It's
So it
It almost
perfect
looks like
icing.
like not a glazed donut, but you know how they have like the strawberry on top of the donut. That's what the whole glaze like.
Now, see, here's the thing, though, guys. I'm from New Orleans. BJ, you married a woman from New Orleans. Now, I'm pretty sure she'll tell you that king cakes don't traditionally look like that.
Yeah. So this one looks like a traditional king cake.
Okay.
You're gonna like that. It looks
Okay.
like a traditional king cake from Randazzo's or Haydell's or any one of those places.
Because I mean,
So,
yeah, man.
It
Growing
is-
up, I was like, I know what a king cake looks like to me, and like when I see meshes, I'm just like, I believe you that it's amazing, but it just doesn't.
Dave, you have to understand. My wife rejects Gambino's cakes, and that is as close to New Orleans as we can get. But they're not. There's a Baton Rouge cakes, and they're not exactly like New Orleans. She's like, she'll get them because that's about as close as she can get. or maybe the ones over. What's the bakery downtown? Keller's. Keller's might be the closer one, but she always says, or Poop Arts. Poop Arts has a pretty good king cake in my opinion, but it's more of a French cake.
This
But
is gonna sound like blasphemy, man.
Uh-oh.
But you really can't go wrong if you just go to Walmart and get the ones that they have in the box
Okay.
on display.
okay,
That's what it looks. Dave's just like, no, that's
you know where those
palatable.
cakes are made?
Where?
Well, no, I'm sorry. The ones in Costco are made in Hanville.
I haven't checked out the ones
Yeah,
at Costco.
they look pretty cheap to me, but maybe they taste good.
See,
I'm not.
See, you're
Hanville,
Like the
man.
crystal wedding cake, you don't have to go to a special store. They have them at like the Boudin shops.
No, I know. They have them in Scott where I work.
all over the place.
Just like
You haven't tried it yet, and they have them at your work.
it's like right next door.
Oh my god!
It's like right next.
Okay, why don't you pick one up and bring it next Tuesday? I'll give you the money for it. I'm good for the money.
Okay, well, I'll break my oath and just go ahead.
Aren't you curious? And we could try it right here on
I am
stream.
a little curious.
Yeah.
I'm a little curious.
Let's try it.
It's
Just to,
definitely the best one in town. I'll say that.
That doesn't. I mean, but like when you
I
say
know
the
it's
best
different.
in town,
Yeah. I know
you
it's
coming
different,
from New Orleans,
but,
I'm just like that doesn't say.
he's
anything.
got a point, but he hasn't eaten it, so I'm going to take a half point from your point.
That's what's
Because
happening.
isn't like
It's a half a
cake,
point.
It's like thinly layered and rolled, right?
Sometimes, but the ones that I know, they're light, airy dough. It's more of a bread, not a cake.
It's more of a bread. Absolutely, yeah.
And with
That's kind of like the crystals.
It's
is
exactly what a Crystal Palace
Right.
cake. What he's describing
It's
is Crystal
thin.
Palace.
I'm telling you,
It's like a
light.
bread.
I'm
It's not like meshes, dude. That's like
I mean, yeah, we got
That's
some
a big
meshes on-
donut.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love
And
meshes
meshes
donuts,
are-
but
yeah.
for king cake, I need it to be more king cakey.
yeah. Try
My wife has finally convinced me because I used to always eat Mesh's king cakes, and she was like, "You just like the donut part. Stop
Yeah.
eating the king cake." And she's right. I don't need the king cake. I just want the donut. So just get me a cinnamon twist from Mesh's instead. So still my favorite donuts. But all right. So Arthur somehow we got off on king
Mardi
cakes.
Gras.
Arthur sent us this game. We're gonna play. I promised him we'd play it for Mardi Gras. He's also the designer of Breakaway Football that you and I played, Dave, which is pretty good. And he redid the Super Bowl, and they correctly predicted the winner. They got the Rams. Score was a little higher because Arthur kind of got blown out in the fourth quarter. But going into the fourth quarter, it was a 3-point game. So they actually did pretty well. In fact, he lost the game because they never could get that big complete. One of the cards in the deck is I forgot what he calls it, but it's like a big. It's like it's a pun on chase. So like chasing the point or something, whatever it is. And he never could connect that. And the Bengals never could, because if the Bengals hit that one big play with Chase in the second half, maybe they do win.
So was it the last play of the game?
When Burrow got sacked, Chase was wide open on
And
the.
to me, like I don't want to say anything bad, but like P. Ryan, he should have like dove for the ball. I saw replays and stuff like that.
Did he get mixed up? Is that what happened? Because Burrow actually
It's like
looked
the
like he
Super
threw it in
Bowl,
his
dude.
direction. Yeah.
It's a Super Bowl. You gotta it's 4th down. The Super Bowl. If you don't complete it, the game's over.
Yeah.
You have to try.
Gotta try.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You
Chase
gotta
was
try.
wide
It
open
looked
on
like
the play.
it was out of it.
Yeah.
But like Joe Burrow, man, that dude was under pressure the whole. At least
only
the whole
got sacked
second
20
half,
times.
Second half.
I think he only got sacked 20 times.
Only 20? Yeah.